We're back with the coverage of YCS Bochum 2015. The third time we're in that magic city, where we also played the first ever European Championship and, well, the first ever YCS, in fact.
Yes.
Also. And we're now at the semi-finals.
We are, yes, and incredible games that we've seen all day and yesterday as well. Gustav Max making an appearance with Mecha Phantom Beast, which made it all the way to the top 8 as well, I believe.
Top 16, I think.
Top 16, yeah.
So that will be our round 5 feature match. You can check that out in the past broadcast section. Just like you can check out all the written coverage, where you can find the deck breakdown, the duelist breakdown, well, which is the country breakdown, really.
Yeah.
And find all these informations. But now it is crunch time.
It is.
Semi-finals is where it counts. Winner goes to the final, can become a champion. Loser is kind of out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
We have 2 veterans of the game in our semi-finals. We gave it up to you guys. You voted on it, and you had the chance to either see Shadow versus Nekroz, which would have been our first semi-final, or go for the other part of the bracket where we got Federico Zoppini, who kicked out Joshua Schmidt earlier in a Nekroz mirror, who's now going up against Eugen Heidt, good friend of Joshua Schmidt. So I can, since Federico got his revenge, Eugen now wants to take revenge for Joshua.
Is not Eugen the European champion?
Yes, he is. He also happens to be the reigning European champion. With that out of the way, we don't want to waste any more time because the other semi-finals have already started. Well, the other one, singular, not plural. So let's take it to the table where these guys are ready. And take a look at what they drew into, because we are going to have that information on the right-hand side of the screen.
So, Nekroz Mirror, Nekroz Cycle, Preparation of Rites, Ascendu of the Thousand Hands, and Shurit, Strategist of the Nekroz.
And keep in mind, the last time we saw Nekroz Mirror, this was over after the first turn, in a way, with Federico applying the lock, securing it with the Solemn Scolding, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, that's a...
This looks like Eugen opted to go first. Did he pass play because Federico's got 6 cards? Or did I miss something?
Oh, Federico went first. He must... Huh? Huh? Okay.
Why does Federico have 6 cards?
He must have passed play. There's no other way he would have 6 cards.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, and with a reinforcement of the army in the hand, do you not do anything in your first turn?
Would it not just be Senju that got the 6th card? No, because he had 6 cards in his hand.
Yeah.
Unless it was our app just not updating. That would probably be more likely.
There's also a chance for that, yes. All right. In any case, it is Federico Zoppini's turn. He starts with the Senju. And then we also see a Clausulus being sent to the graveyard.
Yep. Well, it was a preparation of rights and getting Clausulus, sending Clausulus to the graveyard, and then getting a Kaleidoscope.
All right. And there's the Brynek.
Now, with the Nekroz Cycle in hand as well, does he have the ability to make his Chin lock?
I believe so. This looks very much like a Chinlock to me.
Yeah.
To the untrained eye, it looks like a Chinlock.
Because it's an overlay into a Lava chain, put the Jin into the graveyard, use Cycle, and that is it.
All right. And how good is that move, really? It was excellent against Joshua Schmidt.
Now he's actually just summoning a Bryanek there. And sure, it allows you to go and get a warrior. Which I believe is...
What's the thinking here? Why does he go for Bryanek?
It's a good question. Did he just scoop?
Okay.
Okay, so Eugen just scooped.
That is very
Unless
interesting.
Eugen did pass play.
Yeah, I think that Eugen did pass play on his first turn.
It's possible that he wanted to go straight into the side decks because he knew he was playing against Nekroz.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the reason why he just gave up here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was the first attacking turn, I could understand why he would just give up.
Yeah, since he had 0 protection, let's bring up the hand again. It's only... Well, actually, he had protection with the Book of Eclipse. He could have set that if he wanted to. And we just got the confirmation that Eugen did indeed start the game and passed without playing any cards.
So, yeah. Interesting.
And Federico Zoppini is certainly not unhappy about that. This great start, just like he had a great start against Joshua Schmidt earlier. And that, well, makes him the favorite, at least at this point in time. Although you guys voted and thought that Eugen is the slightly favored player in this semifinals.
Eugen, again, being the European champion so far. Because, as we know, the European Championships will be in Dublin on the 3rd to 5th of July in Ireland this year. Well, maybe Eugen will go and defend his title.
Right, yeah, there is definitely a chance for that.
So, Denko Seka doesn't help massively unless he's playing at Solemn Scalding. Then again, it can just get Solemn Scalded. Shared Ride.
Shared Ride,
Mind Crush.
Really good, of course, in the mirror.
Mind Crush, Breakthrough Skill, and Exiled Force. So he'll be sliding in an Exile Force to get over the Jin Lock. That's over on Eugen's side. Federico also has Denko Seka, Effect Veiler, Mind Crush, and DD Warrior Lady.
Right.
He is also playing a Shadow Dragon in the main.
So who do you think is going to come out successful here, or who is better positioned to take this?
There must be a reason why Eugen just threw that game, and he may have some sort of trick up his sleeve.
Was there a chance that Federico would be able to deal 8,000 damage that same turn?
Almost. But then he probably could have got a Jin Lock out at the same time.
Yes.
So he would have filled his field with Jin Lock.
So maybe Eugen was just like, I don't want to play against the Jin Lock.
Yeah.
Although I don't get that part, because he was holding on to a reinforcement of the army that could have got him a Warrior Lady. In any case, we are now in the second game. The cards have been shuffled. It's a new duel, and that's actually not a bad thing in this case. And Federico Zoppini goes first, and he does what he seems to be doing best this weekend, and he's immediately going for a couple of ritual summons again. And is he going to be able to apply yet another Jin Lock? Not yet.
No, not quite yet.
There's reinforcement of the army, which of course will provide him with a level 4 monster at least.
Ah, he's playing Armageddon Knight, which puts the Jin in the graveyard. It doesn't even need to overlay. He can just Jin Lock.
Yeah, so that's
what else has he got in hand there? Has he got the cycle? He has the cycle. So that is the Jin Lock.
Wow, Federico Zoppini, in the blink of an eye, suddenly he's got the Jin Lock again. This is really something. Like,
There's the cycle. There goes Jin. Now comes the Glorsulus. Overlaying into... He's got quite a few things he could overlay into there.
all right, so Jin Lock game 2. Just
He's playing Kane Gorgon. Abyss Dweller. Yep, there's Kane Gorgon. Kane Gorgon essentially stopping things from targeting that Glorsulus.
we haven't seen that setup before.
It's really, really good. Kane Gorgon is a very underrated card.
The anti-luminescent knight.
Yep, it just changes a target to another legal target. Whenever you target one card, whenever an effect targets one card on the field. A lot of effects can only affect your opponent's cards, though, so it does work and it doesn't. For example, there's Book of Eclipse, and that is the out.
That is the one out, or one of the best outs to the Jin Lock. And Eugen now, he can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! With the Senju of the Thousand Hands. So let's see where he's going from here. With 2 Mind Crush, if he's able, I mean, he's going to be able to resolve the Trishula. And then with a Mind Crush as a backup, that is very, very good for him.
He's doing very, very well.
All right. And how are you feeling in that situation when you're Eugen Heidt and you're passing your first turn with a not exactly ideal hand?
I still feel he was wanting to just go straight to his side deck.
Yeah.
He knew what he was playing against.
So you don't think he's like completely, like his head is like completely messed up for that second game now?
No, he threw that. There is no way, looking at what he had in his hand, he could have started just any plays, and he just didn't.
Right. So there we go with Eugen getting the Trishula out, but his attack is being stopped by a Valkyrus. And now this is where the Chinlock can backfire on you, because you need to invest a couple of cards into it. Federico Zoppini is left without any
nothing.
cards. According to our app, now he's got a Senju of the Thousand Hands. I think
he's just drawn into that.
Yeah, that's the card he drew for his turn after he used that Valkyrus on his opponent's turn. And Effect Veiler also magically appeared in his hand. So Kangogon attacking over the Senju. And like we said before, Eugen still has 2 copies of Mind Crush face down. And that could come in now. And the Kangogon with 2,450 attack. Oh, right. At least what I forgot. Of course, Federico was drawing another turn for that Book of Eclipse during the end phase.
Yes. He would have gotten to draw 1 card.
And that was possibly the Senju and then the Nekroz.
The Effect Veiler.
Yeah, the Effect Veiler. And now he's got a Brynag in hand.
And DD Warrior. 1500 attack.
Attacking over the
and
Senju.
There goes the Kangogon.
And now Eugen Heidt has perfect control over this game. And Federico Zoppini left with just an Effect Veiler and the Nekroz of Brynag. So we are most likely going to see a game 3. Eugen passing play. And it's up to Federico. And now he needs something. He needs to go big or, well, go to the 3rd game.
And there isn't really that much he is going to be able to do. He's got a Brynag, and he's now got a Trishula.
He now's got, yeah. So, let's see. What is the best play here? What are you going for?
Well, he can make his Trishula, which is what he's trying to do.
But the Mind Crush.
Yeah,
the Mind Crush is gonna,
yeah. Mind Crush is going to completely and totally wreck that plan. And he's got 2 Mind Crushes.
Yeah, that's important part.
Although, actually he has 3 Mind Crush, just 2 of them are set.
Oh!
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
So Eugen Heidt is in a very, very good position. Federico goes searching. Still searching. And he's going to go for a ritual spell here, isn't he?
Yeah. He needs it to be able to actually play anything.
And when exactly do you want to trigger the Mind Crush? You don't want to do it before the activation of the ritual spell.
No.
Although
wait.
Federico just passed after he added a Unicorn to his hand.
Interesting.
Because Eugen drew. At least I thought I saw Eugen draw.
Yeah, I believe it's past Eugen's turn.
So Federico no follow-up plays on his turn. And now he's staring down an open field.
Okay, so there goes another 2,700, another 1,500. Although, to be fair, Trishula is as big as Trishula. If you don't banish the Trishula, you need to banish the DD Warrior Lady. And the DD Warrior Lady can also get rid of what you want.
Right.
So it's, yeah, it's good.
So Federico Zoppini may be telegraphing a Valkyrus. This is why Eugen Heidt doesn't summon any other monsters.
Yeah.
and also he's sitting in a very good position, just dealing the damage. Federico left with 3,450. There's the Mind Crush for the Unicorn, and now Eugen gets to see the hand. And
then he can also use his other Mind Crush.
And this is gonna be
This is gonna
very,
be
very
nasty.
bad. Yeah.
Now he does have Bull Blader in his hand as well, which is a card I have not seen before.
Oh, it's the secret tech of the Italians.
Yeah?
Yes, they are running it over DD Warrior Lady because it has the attack, the advantage of being an out to the Chinlock, but staying on the field, unlike the Warrior Lady. And that's it. Yeah, no surprise here.
Now Eugen coming back really, really well, understanding that he needs to be able to get into his side deck to actually kind of know exactly how to beat him. I believe those 3 Mind Crushes immediately came into his deck. So he sided all 3 of them for that game.
Yeah.
So he threw the first game and said, you know what, you're going first. I'm going first. I don't have my Gin Lock immediately, which is the thing that's going to beat you. So I'm going to throw the game, and then I'm going to side deck, and I'm going to beat you next game. And now we're going into the game 3. Now, they are siding again, so it'll be interesting to see what Federico is going to put into the deck. Now, a lot of the time, you find that people will pretend to side as well, just to kind of say, oh, I'm changing my deck even further, when you're not actually. Especially when they're using the same colour sleeves as their main deck, they'll smoke screen by shuffling the side deck into
all
the main.
15 cards,
and then just side 15 out.
Right. Well, this is the third and deciding duel, and now Federico Zoppini's mood is a little bit worse than before when compared to his match against Joshua Schmidt.
Yeah, it's dropped a little bit from his first win of this match. I think he thought that he just one turn killed, but now slowly realizing he's not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. And it seemed like there wasn't that much side decking going on this time around.
Not at all.
Yeah, although Federico, after the last match, we interviewed him, and he pointed out that it makes quite a big difference if you're going first or if you're going, whether you're going first or second.
Definitely.
And that you have to side differently because of that.
So, interesting. Probably also put his 3 Mind Crushes straight into the deck.
And there's the handshake prior to the last game.
Yep. Because this is what it really comes down to. Games 1 and 2 don't matter if there's a game 3. It all comes down to that.
And this is going to be the last duel in the semifinals that we're covering. The other semifinal is between Jeppe Peppercorn and Luca Cettoni. So another Italian player has the chance to advance to the finals, and Jeppe is from the Netherlands. So the finals are either going to be an all-Italian affair, or Italy versus Germany, or Italy versus the Netherlands. Or Germany versus the Netherlands.
Yes.
All right. Federico's opening 5 for the last duel, and he's not going first for a change. And also, Eugen is not passing play without doing anything for a change. All of that, very good news, if you want to see something different.
I think he's thinking there, how exactly am I going to play around this? He does have a possibility of a Gin Lock.
Yeah, he's got the Senju and a Unicorn in hand, and that's pretty much all you need.
But he's thinking, is that really the best option? Because I know he's going to have an out to it. And I would expect Max C to be dropped.
Yes, the Max C that Federico has in his hand. We didn't see much of it this weekend, even though it's one of the more popular choices among the hand traps.
Everybody's playing around it these days.
Yeah. This is why it's not as useful as it used to be. But it's still a good card. And Eugen is playing it in the main deck. Federico introduced his Max C from the side deck. Lots and lots of pressure on Eugen, and he eventually decides to pass play. this time it was very obvious, very clear to us what was going on here. So in the end, he passed again without doing anything.
He doesn't really have any hand traps to stop this.
And why doesn't he just open with a Senju? Like, what is the thinking here? Why wouldn't you open with a Senju?
I don't understand why you wouldn't play anything at all. This is really quite interesting.
It's definitely not the usual strategy.
So there's the Manju of the 10,000 hands.
And with 2 more Senjus in hand, Federico is not going to run out of steam anytime soon.
That is a little bit bricky.
Yeah, he needs those normal summons. This is why Federico said he's not going to run the Denko Sekka in the main deck, because sometimes you do draw into a Senju and a Manchu, or well, 2 Senjus, and then you know the next 3 turns don't really have a lot of options. I need to summon those cards because they are just going to clog up my hand otherwise. All right. Federico still thinking about that Manchu?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he went for the Brainek, of course.
Did he? I didn't see him added to the hand.
Yeah, those are the 6 cards in his hand at the moment. And what's the follow-up? I guess he's now thinking about, should I go for the Chinlock again?
Yeah, he could do it.
I mean, if your opponent goes first and he just passes play, doesn't that, in a way, telegraph that he has an answer to the Chinlock? Or is that just a mind game?
There isn't really much you can do. Oh, he's just passed. Huh.
So an attack connecting from Federico's end. And Eugen got nothing to do against it.
Play pass to Eugen. No attack seems to have happened. Closest searching.
Right, and that is going to kick things off for Eugen. I think that the app isn't up to date, so we don't have the current life points. Because Eugen, I saw Federico move the Manchu forward. All right, anyway.
Okay. So we've got the Kaleidoscope out of the Arc Light, bringing out the Unicorn.
And now Eugen is in this game.
Definitely. Now he can go search for a ritual monster or a ritual spell. He could Ginlock at this point, but we'll see. They're not really doing much.
Yeah,
which is weird because they have the cards to do things.
It's a real
just not doing them.
It's a real war of attrition with those 2 guys, and all of the better players tell me that this is what the Nekroz is all about, the Nekroz mirror match. That you need to find that opening, find that magic moment when you're gonna perform your best plays, which is most of the time that's a Trishula.
Yep.
And when you can resolve them, this means game.
Okay, so we've got the Brainek actually out there. And he is going full ham. Finally normal summoning the Senju, trying to get it to. Yeah, he looks like he's going for a massive attack.
Yeah. We're not going to see any more passing without doing anything from Eugen here.
This looks like Eugen is going to try and kill in 1 turn. Which is interesting because Federico had cards to stop this. And also he's not dropped the Max C. And he could have been drawing a lot of cards at the moment.
Yeah, although Eugen would have played differently once that Max C dropped.
Yeah, which probably wouldn't have almost lost him the game as this is doing.
And
2,900.
Federico taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have the Valkyrus. And now he's dropping the Max C. What's the strategy here?
Okay, so go and
He's
then
trying
cowboy
to
for game.
I was about to say, is he trying to defend himself from a cowboy?
Oh, Effect Veiler. That was a nice top deck there.
That's what you do with a maxi. Okay, you're drawing that Effect Veiler that helps you to survive the cowboy.
That is a very beautiful ultimate rare as well. We'll just say that now.
Federico Zoppini, like a boss, basically dead on board, finds that maxi, drops it very, very late, and then gets the Effect Veiler to stay in the game with 500
life points. Wow.
That's
oh,
and
Eugen is not happy about that.
Happy, yeah. I mean, he's clear. He's ahead. He's 6,600. So the first turn attack was, of course, connected. Just sometimes our friends Michael and Ryan don't hit the save button on their app, so we don't have the current life points. Anyway, Federico now smiling, even though he's sitting in a pretty desperate position.
No, he's not all that desperate. He has got the ability to be able to turn this around. I think he was hoping that Eugen would go full ham just so he could get everything out and then just try and get rid of it one by one. There's a Valkyrus on the field, and you never really want that to be there unless you're going to win the game. You want it in your hand so you can stop attacks.
But you cannot put your money on drawing into an Effect Veiler of your one draw for the turn.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, that is true.
Or is that how you do it? I don't know.
He dropped a maxi and drew immediately into Effect Veiler. That was lucky.
Okay, we are in agreement there. So Federico Zoppini, 1 out in his deck. Oh, well, how many maxis? I think it's 2.
He is running.
Sorry, how many Effect Veilers?
Effect Veiler.
He 1
2.
in the side deck.
Oh, he's running 3.
2 in the main deck. Okay, so he had 3 outs in his deck. Those 3 copies of Effect Veiler in that situation after all the attacks connected, drops the maxi because he can see that the cowboy's coming, of course, and finds that 1 out.
Okay, so he's drawing there. He used the Valkyrus to draw 2 new cards, and he can just detach straight from Cowboy and win the game. It depends whether he feels like his opponent's going to have something.
So Eugen now has a Warrior Lady and a excuse me. You got a Book of Eclipse in hand, and a Valkyrus, Cowboy, and Mind Crush
on the table.
Field. And I guess the most important card, and also Unicorn. Also, what's the third card?
He has a Valkyrus, a Bryonic.
Brian, yeah.
Yes. Not often that you see it summoned. So.
Yeah. This is why...
usually in the graveyard.
Michael didn't put it up on the app. Anyway, the Mind Crush is going to be the most important card here, because it's the one card that allows him to interact with whatever Federico is about to throw at him.
He just needs to literally attack or activate Gar Cowboy, and he's won. I don't understand what Federico is playing with at the moment. It's... wow. He feels drawn out. He passed turn.
No, he's discarding the Bryonic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's passed turn. So Eugen's passed turn.
Yeah, of course Eugen passed play. This is the first turn that Federico has after that Cowboy shot.
No, he's had a turn since, has he not?
No.
He did. I thought he did.
No, he did not. This is the first turn that Federico has after that big push from Eugen with that Cowboy. He sets the Mind Crush in main phase 2, passes play. So Federico is now thinking, he has been thinking for a little while, what to do.
Rebo.
Yeah. But we're not in extra time. All right. So let's regain our composure here. And also, if you're hearing some background noise, and when I say some, I mean a lot.
It's because they've all just gone heart of the cards.
Yeah, everybody has just seen the move where Federico drew into that one out of his 3 outs, that Effect Veiler. So this is his hand. Senju, Cycle, Unicorn, Shurit, and another Unicorn. And Eugen thinking whether he wants to activate that Mind Crush, I think, after Federico discarded that Bryonic. And he doesn't.
Okay, so he's setting that face down?
Yeah, he's setting the Cycle just to make sure that the Cycle is not going to get hit by the Mind Crush.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that there's a Mind Crush there. I think he's hit.
I think by now Federico is aware that there's a Mind Crush, to be honest. Just from the read that Eugen said, wait a minute, I have to think about this. And now he's going for the Nekroz cycle. And Eugen checking his graveyard. And this is one of the most important decisions for him in this match. He activates Mind Crush and he calls Sure It. One goes to the graveyard, and that means 2 Senjus, Nekroz of Unicorn, and 2 Nekroz of Unicorn remaining in Federico's hand.
As soon as Unicorn hits the field, it's going to make things just a tad harder for Eugen.
There it is. So at the moment, Cowboy not being able to shoot.
No, it has just shut. It has just been shut down. And Senju is going to go fetch a ritual monster, probably Clauseless.
And Federico, he's lacking the Trishula here, isn't he? Is that what he needs to really wreak havoc on Eugen's field?
Even then, there's still a lot that Eugen can do. Plus, there is the Book of Eclipse, which is always nice to have.
Yes.
No attacks are going through.
And
actually, that would then flip Unicorn,
face down the Unicorn.
And then Cowboy. Oh, actually, he did not. He kept the Book of Eclipse in hand.
Yeah, he did.
Huh.
He doesn't want to lose it to any card that Federico has.
True.
But if he would have said it...
It means that he doesn't have a card in hand and he wouldn't be able to be at Trishulid.
Yeah. So lots and lots of options here. You guys will know what the best move was, or you can identify if it was the right play to keep that Book of Eclipse in your hand. I'm not sure, to be honest.
We'll see. So he's overlaying probably into a chain. Maybe into a 101.
And what is going to be the follow-up play for Federico Zoppini here?
That is a Diamond Direwolf, which he's dropping to get rid of the Valkyrus.
All right, so far so good.
Okay, so now we can banish a Nekroz monster and a Ritual Spell card to go and fetch a Ritual Spell card from the deck to the hand.
He does just that. And is he going to follow it up with that Kaleidoscope play?
He could do.
Is there anything better than the Kaleidoscope play?
Well, currently he's only got a Unicorn and a Clauseless in hand. So it's going to probably be a Kaleidoscope. Yeah, it's a Kaleidoscope.
And the Unicorn comes out. The Herald of the Arclight being sent to the graveyard, and that means that Federico can search any
is back also,
ritual monster, ritual spell. He goes for Trishula, and now he's got the setup. Oh, he got everything he needs to summon that Trishula to the field. And this is where this Book of Eclipse in Eugen's hand is coming in, because it means that the effect of Trishula is kicking in and stripping him of his option.
Yep, definitely. So that's probably going to get rid of the Bryonak.
So this is like the most memorable comeback, one of the most memorable comebacks we've ever seen on the stream, with Federico Zoppini finding that one effect Veiler on top of his deck. And now he has the opportunity to turn it around, because Eugen Heidt was holding on to that Book of Eclipse rather than setting it. There are reasons for that, of course, with cards that destroy cards on the field.
Yes.
But or maybe he just didn't see the Trishula coming, thinking that I'm safe. I'm not sure. And Federico Zoppini, with a Mind Crush, of course, he might be thinking, yeah, I'm good. But he is far from being good. So this is the Trishula, and Eugen Heidt is out of cards. He lost his field, he lost his hand. Even his graveyard is not as useful as it used to be.
So there's the poke, and another poke, so that's 2,300 damage. Let's see what he draws into. He has no cards on the field, so he can banish and make his own ritual. Guys, all he needs to do is 500 damage. So if he can bring something out that's big enough to do that damage, he's in the clear.
This is the destiny draw for Eugen Heidt, the national. He's not given up, so he's looking at the graveyard.
Got something.
And Federico Zoppini.
Oh, he is shaking his head. It would be nice if we could see what he got in his hand, just so we can see exactly what it is that he's thinking about.
So he's thinking about what to do with his graveyard here. Of course, he's got a couple of options to go searching again.
What's it going to be? What's it going to be? He just played it. It's a preparation of rights.
Ooh, that is a good card.
that is the perfect card for him. And I believe that means that he's
And Federico Zoppini sees the writing on the wall. He's been in this situation before. It is basically the same thing that happened to him against Joshua Schmidt in Madrid, where his opponent was also standing with his back against the wall and finding that one out from the top of his deck. And Federico Zoppini can't help but feel sorry for the guy, just playing it perfectly.
Yeah, he's just dropping the cards on the table. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to play these two and attack you for game.
And this is
you've lost.
Federico is extending the hand. And
Zoppini is very upset.
What an up and down in this match. And
Eugen doesn't even seem happy about winning.
No, Eugen knows how lucky he just got ripping
word.
that preparation of rights from the top of his deck. But then again, before that, Federico Zoppini, super, super lucky Max C, seeing that cowboy coming. Of course, that cowboy was kind of obvious. And then that effect Veiler buying him that crucial turn. We thought he only got 2 cards. What can he do with 2 cards?
Yeah.
And if you ever wondered why Nekroz should not be discarded, even when he just got 2 cards, Federico was showing us 3 ritual summons later. He completely wrecked Eugen's field, was suddenly in the driver's seat again.
Yeah, it was really, really nice to see Eugen just kind of go, I'm going to play everything. Zoppini holding back, just to kind of see where it was going, and the fact that the effect Veiler rip was just immense.
That effect Veiler was amazing, and just like Federico came back with 2 cards in hand, Eugen then comes back with 1 card. And I think that Preparation of Rights was the only card that could have done it.
Pretty much at that point.
Because otherwise you always just have 1 card.
Even then,
you still got the searches. Yeah, you got
a ritual monster. Any ritual monster would have done it, because then he could have banished to go and get himself a Kaleidoscope, play the monster, and attack over for game. But yeah, he was...
What a match.
Yeah.
What a match.
It was interesting.
People say, oh, Nekroz Mirror is so boring. I would say this was all but boring. That amazing play, and this amazing up and down for Federico Zoppini. He's like, ah, shit, I lost this, and suddenly he's like, no, I'm in here again, and oh, I lost it again.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm feeling really sorry for him right now.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But at the same time,
very upset.
Eugen Heidt is, of course, the hometown hero, the only German guy remaining in the field.
Yes, and he's going through to the finals.
Yes, and there he's going to meet either Jeppe Peperkorn from the Netherlands or Luca Cettoni from Italy. So either against Nekroz, against another Italian player that goes with Nekroz, just like Federico, or he's going up against the Dutch duelist with a Shadow deck.
Yes.
And what would you prefer to see in the finals?
Shadow has been really, really good, and I enjoy the tech choices we've had in the side deck.
Yeah, the secret village of the spellcasters.
It completely destroys.
Yeah.
Nekroz.
Some of you said that this card is not as new because it has been seen before.
Yeah, but as I was saying in the previous round, it has been used before. And before now, it's only just seen play again because Shadow is
in this particular environment.
Popular. Yeah.
Yes.